We're here, mates. Finally get to visit the Drift Game Studios.
You finally get to see it. It's a little bit empty, but there's some interesting stuff after the weekend. This is what has arrived back after we put 22 cars from here into the event. Now is the aftermath, which is not as enthusiastic as taking them out, but it's so cool to get them all from what we see here every day to the event, to let people see them in the flesh. And we had an awesome weekend. It was so much fun, and they all somewhat survived.
Good to hear. I mean, a couple of small issues like always, but that's just racing, isn't it?
That's it. We never have any, obviously because of you guys and Link, we never have any real issues when it comes to the engines on the cars, when it comes to the working of the cars. Generally, it's just mechanical stuff from the 90s or the 2000s that's still in the car that's given up. But to be honest, we had 6 cars on track all weekend, all driven by people that did not drive them lightly. No issues whatsoever. And we were able to plug in and change some things throughout the event as well, to change driving styles, when they wanted the boost on, when they wanted the torque map, all the stuff that they could tune a car that is totally unfamiliar to them, a little bit closer to what they're used to driving at home. So that was amazing. And then obviously we had Lloyd, for our tuner, plugging into every car, making sure everything was working. And of course we have all the Link sensors in there, so we easily can see straight away that, yeah, everything's okay, send it back out on the track. So to walk away from an event that has 3 days full competition with 6 cars without one engine problem, that's thanks to you guys.
Yeah, awesome to hear. I mean, we could see from the varying conditions all weekend as well, like sometimes too much boost for some of the cars, trying to turn it down a little bit, manage some of the torque as well. Yeah, the conditions at Mondello are always changing and pretty insane.
That's the thing, a lot of people think you want all this, all the ECU stuff and everything just to get power, but actually everyone was turning everything down because too much wheel speed in the wet, they couldn't get any traction. So you were pulling boost out, you're pulling it, timing out. That was just a really cool thing that we could do to give people a little bit more of a chance. And it was awesome to see that everything from, our 1.6 turbo MX-5, which is going like 5 years on a Link, 190,000 miles on that car, and it's still ripping every weekend, all the way to the newest builds, still running perfectly. So we couldn't be happier. That was never really our worry because we knew Link had all that controlled anyway. But mechanically, of course, we got some offs here and there, a couple of bumpers, but you don't mind that, they're easily replaced.
I mean, thanks for having us to the studio. I think we'll definitely have a look around now. You can show us a few things.
Yeah, I want to show you the big Link 100%. Logo first, which is...
very excited for that.
This was, we could have done a mural, which was just a print, but I think it's so much cooler that it's hand painted. So this was all done with rattle cans. It's got to be one of the biggest Link logos I think ever done anywhere. And he did a really cool job on it. And it's just, I don't know, it's like this whole area, which we haven't finished yet, where we're calling it the carcade.
Yep.
All electronics. It made perfect sense to put a lot of Link stuff in here and show what they do. So even though these aren't run by Link, they are kind of intertwined because it's kind of all the technology that's making drifting very, very cool. And that's what we want to do with this place, and have all the cars on Link outside, have some fun with the branding in here. So this looks really cool. And again, it's got all like drift games, smoke, all different phrases. Hard to read, it's all graffiti style. But I think it just really sets the room off, and obviously shows that everyone that we're on Link branding, and also that we are proud to have you guys on board with us on what is kind of a crazy project, right?
Definitely is. Probably one of the more crazy projects we've heard about. And I think there's many, many years to come for some more crazy projects knowing you.
Oh, for sure. The plan with here is that we got ourselves a new space. We can do a lot more video production stuff. We can showcase a lot more products. We can do a lot more stuff. And you never know. There could be a dyno in here in 6 months' time. You never know.
Get you tuning?
I would love to learn how to tune. It's just at the moment, I'm so fascinated by the people that can do it. It's just, I watch our tuners all the time and I try and pick up a little bit every time. And it's one of the parts I'm not as interested maybe in how does a gearbox work or how does an engine work, but when it comes to the tuning, I love the fact that you can control everything in the car from one system and you can change the characteristics all the time. So I think if you're a driver, the more you can learn about that, the better, because some people will just tune the car and you're like, yay, that's it. But I like the way when you actually feel the change, like instantly, when you plug a laptop in, you get into the Link ECU, change a couple of settings, and all of a sudden it's a different car. That fascinates me. So I want to learn a lot more about that in the future.
Maybe have to get him down to New Zealand, do some training down there instead.
That's the plan. Later on in the year, we're going with the LZ World Tour to Australia. I really want to go to New Zealand just to see the whole home base of Link ECU.
It'll be our new office too, actually.
I'll go in there and just not understand what all the R&D guys are doing, but and probably not be able to say what the future plans are. But it's just nice to see the home of Link, and you guys have been such a good support. Like, none of this stuff is possible without Link ECU. And again, you guys So show some faith in our crazy ideas and
Yep.
that kind of work out. But I think that's how Link is as well. You guys have some
100%.
crazy ideas and they work out too. So very similar, and we kind of see there's going to be some new projects this year coming into the winter. We've got some very interesting ones. One of them, if we can pull it off, will be a world first, and definitely Link ECU will be throughout the entire car.
Fantastic. I mean, thanks very much already. We'll have a quick look around.
Go for a little look around.
Yep.
Our home is your home, as always.
Thanks, mate.